Blessed people, I come to you today at this time regarding the conversation the Lord has had with me the day before yesterday and then today. It's a very, very serious conversation. The Lord took me to the war that you see I prophesied. I went to Israel and warned them that be careful, this war is coming. A serious war is coming, a bigger war than the Gaza war I prophesied. The war with Iran is coming, and it's a serious war. Very, very serious, blessed people. The war with Iran, as you can see. And it has many dimensions, as you can see. One dimension is now what you see unfolding, other than the war with Iran, which is very, very massive, very serious. You can see the display of technology. You can see everything laid to bear there. It has now evolved. And now you have one side of that war is with Lebanon. Another part of it is with Iran. And the Gaza war is still going on, blessed people. It's very shocking right now. Very, very shocking. The prophecy that I gave on the mountain of the Lord in Jerusalem, at your hearing, you listened, you heard. This is very serious because I spoke and you heard and it's fulfilled. It's a very serious thing, blessed people. You heard the prophecy of the Lord and now it was fulfilled when I spoke from Jerusalem. And I said a more serious war is coming to Israel, between Israel and Iran. Because at that time they were fighting the war in Gaza. And then now, in your very eyes, it's a very powerful thing. When you're in your very eyes, prophecy is fulfilled. It's a very serious thing, blessed people. When you're in your very eyes, prophecy is fulfilled. That's a very serious thing, that you may hear the prophecy, and then it is fulfilled in your very eyes, hearing. And then you can tell that surely at that moment God has really loved you, because you heard the prophecy, and then the prophecy is fulfilled. And you see when it's fulfilled, captures the whole earth and the details of it. Like right now, you see what's happening in Lebanon. It's unbelievable. In Beirut, the heart of Beirut right now as we speak, at the center of Beirut right now as we speak, what is going on there at the center of Beirut. So it's very, very serious that when prophecy is spoken, the Lord wanting you to know what is coming or his plans, and then it is fulfilled. That is very serious, blessed people. Spoken and fulfilled. And the purpose is that you may know what the Lord intends to do. That's why he speaks with his servants on what is coming, because he wants you to know what is coming. So the day before yesterday, the Lord Almighty, he spoke with me. And in that conversation, the Lord spoke with me. He took me to this war, the war between Israel and Iran, and the other dimension, the dimension that has now cropped up from Lebanon, Hezbollah firing rockets, shooting at Israel, a lot of rockets into the house of Jacob, the land, the promised land, the people of God. And so this is serious. The Lord took me into Beirut on this other front of the war with Iran. And in there I saw a building hit very hard. And in the center of Beirut, and the building collapsed. So I was running with people there. Even the heat, there is a heat that came with the bomb. Then I was running with everybody away and the building collapsed. That building, you see, it was hit this morning. It's right now on your news. It totally collapsed. It totally went down. And you know, the Israelis have advanced weapons, sophisticated weapons, such that if they want to bring down a building, it's like they mow it from its roots and really bring down only one specific building, one building. The ones left or right, only the glass windows shattered. They shook. You can see all the buildings, that area shook like a little bit of an earthquake like this, but they mow down the one they want to bring down. And then number 2, this night, the Lord again took me to the war, to that war. The war that you see going on between Israel and Iran. The war that I have prophesied, and its prophecy is equal to the prophecy of the coming of the Messiah in the length of time. Length of time. The time used to prophesy as the announcement of the glorious return of the Messiah began is when exactly this prophecy of this war also began. So it speaks to you very much. It tells you of the gravity it is and how it's a pointer to the glorious return of the Messiah. So today, the Lord took me this past night again to this war, and I saw people being checked into a building. There was a situation, people were being checked in, they were saying, give your passport. Do you have a passport? Do you have a passport? So they were checking their passports, and they were coming in, they asked, but do you have a profession? Do you have a career? Come back again. Do you have a career? And they were being given some rooms to stay in, I think, in some buildings, some rooms to stay in. And looks like they were either refugees or they were coming into that country. And so this past night, the Lord took me and I saw how they were being processed, and they were being asked, do you have a profession? Any degree? Did you study anything? And so they were being taken, given rooms where they can stay into those rooms. They made me understand those are refugees, or they are people who are going to visit their loved ones. They're saying, no, there is war in our country, run. So now we are going to stay with our loved ones who are abroad until the war is over. We move fast out of here and be with them until the war is over because of the danger. And so this night, the Lord Almighty showed me that they were being processed. And then where I was in that building, it looked like elevated. It was an elevated place. Then I saw a helicopter. The Lord showed me a helicopter flying low. It was flying low. It looked more like it was flying over the clouds. I don't know why underneath I felt like that was water also underneath, like an ocean or something. But a helicopter was flying. And what I was seeing was clouds. I even see it right now, over the clouds. It's flying over the clouds, and it was kind of evening like this. It was evening. And the helicopters, in the dream, the Lord Almighty has shown me a particular helicopter flying over the clouds like this. This is regarding this war. And you saw that even the prophecy I gave, when the Lord showed me, when I met the Israeli ambassador and I told him, go check for me this. I see like there's a cluster bomb, there's a missile, when it's shot, it breaks out into many other missiles. That's what you see now is disturbing Israel, is the biggest problem right now, the cluster bombs. The cluster missiles, that when you shoot one, so even the Patriots, even the interceptors are having a very hard time intercepting the cluster. This past night, 2 people have died in Tel Aviv, hit by that kind of cluster munition. It comes as one missile, but it breaks into many other missiles when it's near. So it becomes a big challenge to stop. So you can intercept, but probably not all of them. Overwhelms the interception. I remember telling Danny Zonstein, the Israeli ambassador in Brasilia, can you go and check for me? There is this missile. I see the spiritual leader of Iran being brought, and he's being shown by a group of scientists who are working on a big screen that, look, we have developed this one. When you shoot, it goes into many other it bursts and becomes a cluster missile later. And I told him, can you check for me that if they have developed that? Because the Lord has raised it in a dream. And he wrote it down and said he's going to check. I said, be careful. If you have checked that, find a way. If you find it, that they have it, find a way of interception, improve your interception. It has become a big thing here. The Lord does not show these things for fun. So in the same way, the Lord took me into the battle today. And now the second part, after that building collapsed, which was 2 days ago, the second part is today when I see people like refugees being processed in, or they are visiting that country, passport. They ask, do you have any profession? You come back. Do you have any profession? After your passport, they record, you're saying, yes, I'm a graduate or something like that. After that, I saw the helicopter. There's a helicopter flying over the clouds. I don't know why I felt more like underneath is water or what. I don't understand this. But anyway, flying over the clouds. But when I look at that helicopter, it looks like Marine One. He made me know that that is the helicopter that Donald Trump uses. The one that normally takes him to the Andrews Joint Base, okay? When he comes from the White House, it lifts him to the Andrews Joint Base where he picks the Air Force One. That Marine One, that green helicopter. I don't know why the Lord has shown me that helicopter. And I felt that it was flying too low. In the dream, I was like, hey, it's flying too low. Meaning there is going to be a situation with that helicopter. So they need to be very careful. There is going to be a situation, and the Lord shows me these people that are checking in from Iran. So maybe the escalation is that some people will infiltrate the U.S. from Iran and try to cause some damage in the U.S. or something like that, or an attack. Because the Lord made me know that it's flying too low, because where I was seeing it's quite low, but still, the Lord normally lifts me above the clouds, really. And I saw it was really over the clouds still, over the clouds. But why did he show me that helicopter? That is the helicopter Donald Trump uses. Very serious, blessed people. The escalation of this war. And you saw yesterday when Israel killed the commander of the interior force in Iran, and also killed Larry Rajani, killed. That's the one that was ruling the country right now. So it's very serious, very, very serious escalation. Thank you.